Peeps, gising na, tanghali na. Nakapagkape na ba ang lahat? Let's be excited for how God will show up in our lives today. This is Chicky Pablo reporting for duty as your host and moderator for today's program. It's time for another life-changing podcast brought to you by CCF Life to the Max Ministry. Alam nyo, ito yung mga tanong How can someone battling with cancer or breast cancer live triumphantly with peace and joy? Posible ba yun? We will find out later. Pero bago yon, kung na-miss ninyo yung last episode about finding healing in wounded relationships, please visit our CCF Life to the Max and CCF Feliz social media links on Facebook and CCF Life to the Max YouTube channel to watch our previews videos. Ayan. Pero for now, tutok muna kayo dito. Okay, so joining me for today's episode is someone dear, dear, dear to me. Dr. Charity graduated in 1986 with a medical degree from the University of Santo Tomas College of Medicine and Surgery. After her residency training in internal medicine and subspecialty training in medical oncology at Veterans Memorial Medical Center, she had her clinical observership at the Fox Chase Cancer Center in Philadelphia, USA in the year 2000. She is the past chairman of the Cancer Institute of St. Luke's Medical Center, Quezon City from 2008 until 2016, and also served as the past chairman of the Cancer Institute at St. Luke's Medical Center Global City from 2012 until 2016. Presently, she is affiliated also with the Los Santos Medical Center. She's married to Samuel and they have two children who both followed her path into the medical profession. Grabe. Just an added trivia pala about Doc Charity. She was an oncologist of Agnes Sartu, who founded the CCF Life to the Max ministry after her bout with breast cancer. She lived around 18 more years before she succumbed to COVID-19 during the pandemic. Life Maxers, friends, why don't we all give a warm, rousing welcome to Doc Charity Viado Gorospe. Hi, Doc. Good morning.
Thank you, Chiki. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Welcome po, Life to the Max.
Yes, excited kami to learn from you. But before we start learning, I'll introduce first our other guests. Next in our guest list, we have a communication arts graduate, UST din. Her career is highlighted by 18 years in the hospitality industry, having worked at prestigious hotels like Galleria Suites, New World Hotel, and Discovery Suites. Si Binky was formerly the general manager of Inspire Leadership Consultancy Incorporated and is presently the general manager of Kite Incorporated, a training and consultancy agency naman siya. So she's also a part owner of Arise Travel and Tours. Aba, kung gusto nyo mag-trip, eto, kay Binky ang tumawag, kailangan tawagan. She is married to Brian Tan, and together, they shepherd a small group of couples in CCF. Binky, however, simply wants to be identified as a sinner saved by grace and living for the one who loves her the most, and that is, of course, Jesus Christ. So, friends in the house, let's say hello to Binky Ocaya-Tan. Hi, Binky.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, Dr. Hi, Chicks. Hello, good morning.
I love your hair. May highlights pa. Later, let's talk about that. But in the meantime, let's complete our lineup of guests for today. This one is an alumna naman, hindi sa US. Iba naman siya, para different. St. Paul's College, QC. So Ivy earned a degree in Bachelor of Science major in accounting. She is married to Louis with 3 grown-up children. Now a retiree, she's just resting and basking in the joy of the Lord while enjoying the blessing of 4 grandsons. Everyone, let's all welcome Ivy Wee. Hi, Ivy.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be back again in Life to the Max. Thank you.
Yes, Paskong Pasko sa bahay ni na Ivy. Okay. So, Life Maxers, friends, meet Dr. Charity, Binky, Ivy, and yours truly, Chicky. And we are the Pink Sorority. O, diba? Rhyming pa talaga ang mga names. Yes, heart, heart. Kung mapapansin nyo, we are all wearing pink. Right? May ribbon din kami, pero later maybe we can show that. All 4 of us have a pink connection. Binky, Ivy, and I have been hit by breast cancer, but as you can see, we are alive and kicking. Si Doc Charity naman is very much involved in caring for breast cancer patients as a medical oncologist. In fact, Binky and I are fortunate to be under Doc Charity's care. And, grabe ang galing na doctor ni Doc Charity. Pero later, I'll tell you more about that. So if I may just ask Doc Charity, ano ba meaning ng pink ribbon?
Chicks, initially trivia ha, hindi pink yan.
Ah, peach. Okay. Bakit pinalitan?
Okay, so the pink ribbon has become a universal symbol of breast cancer, no? It emphasizes awareness and bringing together women in solidarity, no? So the ribbon also, if you wear one, it shows support to a loved one battling breast cancer and everyone's hope for a brighter future. So this ribbon was introduced by a woman who has breast cancer. This is Charlotte Haley. Pero yung ginawa niya, he ran behind the legislators in US to share a budget for cancer prevention. So she stirred up all the waves, and all of the pharma companies and all other companies that deals with women joined her. So for example, di ba, do you know Wakol? Wakol is a brand of bra, di ba? Oh, isa yon sa company na sumali sa kanya. It's a big company. You know Estee Lauder?
Yes.
Also, Estee Lauder, Avon, Revlon, so the Royal Canadian Mint. So these are some of the early companies that pursued breast prevention, and they changed the color from peach to pink. Kasi pink is feminine and it also means courage and hope. Yan.
Oh. Wow, galing. That's a good explanation. Sorry, kumuha na ako agad ng tissue kasi malapit sa puso ko itong topic natin. My goodness. Okay. So before tayo mag-iyakan dito, my next question kay Doc ay, ano ba yung reason, Doc, behind the rising cases in breast cancer? Kasi before, di ba, it was an old woman's parang disease. Pero now, parang pabata ng pabata yung mga nagkaka-breast cancer. Ano ba yung sa tingin yung contributing factors?
Ay, napaka-weird na ng cancer ngayon eh. Dati, it's supposed to be the disease affecting older women, no? Like 50 years old and above. Pero it's so weird now because my youngest patient is 18 years old. And I see this also in women at their 30s. So probably lang, no, dahil marami na tayong diagnostic, we're able to identify breast cancer. Hindi katulad noon, di ba? Pag may mga namamatay na mga matatanda, sinasabi lang natin they die because of old age. Ngayon, na-identify na natin because we have a lot of diagnostics. Pangalawa, it comes in with a lot of other risk factors, no? Chiki, I'll just show you some of the risk factors that we see in our patients, no? Maybe I can get the slides. Ayan. O, di ba? Number 1 ang hereditary. So that means pag meron tayong kamag-anak, lalo na pag mas malapit ang relation sa atin, mataas ang risk mag-develop ng malignancy. Okay, sex. Believe me because well, it's male or female chicks yung sex dito. So it's very common among females because it's dependent on one of the hormones that is produced by our ovaries. Remember estrogen. It's bad, ha? An unopposed production or too much production of estrogen can lead to breast CA also, no? So itong mga hormonal circumstances, yung gaano ka katagal na exposed sa estrogen, and this is early menarche, pag maaga tayong nagregla, at late ang ating menopause. Okay, isa pa rin yan sa risk factors. Of course, yung mga atypical hyperplasia, yung ibang mga sinasabing benign tumors, that can give rise also to breast CA. Well, not coming from the tumors, but because of the overproduction of estrogen. Well, it was also identified that ionizing radiation, yung mga pills, di ba, yung mga birth control pills, they are also part of yung hormonal na iniiwasan natin because of the presence of estrogen. No? Okay, so yung mga matataba, no, they pose great risk for development of breast cancer. So even alcohol, no? Alcohol. So these are some of the risk factors that we see among our breast cancer patients. So walang isang etiology ang nagko-cause ng breast cancer. It's multifactorial. Ayan.
Oo. Wow, okay. Thanks for letting us know. Ang dami pa lang dapat nating alamin, no? At saka tingnan para, if we're a candidate for breast cancer. Ako, anyway, tanungin ko lang, Doc, ha, itong ating friends, sina Ivy and Binky. Ivy, let's start with you, no? When were you diagnosed with breast cancer? At saka, nung na-diagnose ka na, anong stage?
Okay. I was diagnosed with breast cancer way back 2013. It was only stage 1 because it is early detection, but it was aggressive and high recurrence. I had a high recurrency, so I had to have all the treatments of 33 radiations, 18 sessions of Herceptin, and 6 sessions of chemo.
Wow. Okay, pero ano pala to? Stage 1, pero aggressive? That's what you said? High
Yes.
recurrence of ano? Okay.
Yes, my
Ikaw,
recurrence.
Binky, when were you diagnosed? Tsaka anong stage?
I was diagnosed recently lang, chicks. This year. This year lang pala.
Oo nga.
And it was stage 2B. And then, syempre, when we learned about it, wala na. Mabilis na lahat. We took all the tests. Tapos nun, and then finally we went to Doc Cha with all the results of the mga tests. And yun. I remember lang, when I was diagnosed na, diba, stage 2B, I remember what Doc Cha told me. Parang sabi niya that she doesn't put talaga stages in cancer, which really also encouraged me. Kasi na-realize ko, whatever stage naman, di ba, at the end, si God will be the one to heal. So, yun.
Yeah. Actually, na-remember ko rin si Doc, no, when ako naman, magvo-volunteer ako ng info.
Hindi nga, chicks, actually, I was gonna ask you nga, ikaw, parang hindi ko alam yung journey mo. Isipli ko lang.
Oo. Parang bigla akong kinabahan. Kaya nga ready yung tissue eh. Okay, wait. Ako naman, na-diagnose ako 2020. Yun, 2020. Pero I remember, no, pagdating ko kay Doc Charity, siguro she saw na medyo talagang worried ako, ganyan. Ang sabi niya sa akin, you are gonna go through a journey that nobody else will be able to go through. You'll be able to experience God the way that we who have no breast cancer will not be able to experience. So this is parang sinabi niya sa akin, parang enjoy this journey kasi talagang one-on-one with God. Kinikilabutan ako, yes. Yan. Okay, so Okay, alam nyo, si Doc, ang dean of discipline, si Ivy is like the ate in terms of breast cancer experience. Ako naman yung gitna. Si Binky naman, yung bunso, being the newest to join our breast cancer sorority. Sige nga, let's compare notes. Anong na-notice nyo with your body that made you say, oops, teka, parang I feel kakaiba. I think I need to have a checkup. Ayun, what were the signs? Like in my case, I had a lump on my upper left breast. Usually daw, the lump on the breast is on the bra area, yung sa ilalim, pero yung akin sa upper left. Wala, hindi siya masakit. Tapos hindi siya gumagalaw, irregular shape kasi ano siya, shape like an egg. Ganon, oblong siya. Tapos ano, yun nga, hindi siya gumagalaw. Pero ang weird kasi every year nagpapa-mammogram ako until that one year that I had to cover the Southeast Asian Games. So, hindi, sobrang busy, hindi ako nakapag-mammogram. And I think dun siya nag-creep in. Parang dun siya nagsabing, labas na tayo! Yung mga cancer cells. Babe, hindi siya nanonood. Walang mammogram today. Yan. So, ayun, nag-ano sila, hello, we're here. Gumanon sila. Ikaw, Ivy, ano ang location ng iyong tumor? Ano ba size nung nakita?
Sa akin is maliit lang. Nasa right side siya, upper part. Ano siya eh, it was discovered by accident lang siya. Actually,
Oo.
2 years na akong hindi nagpa-check up mamo and ultrasound, wala, nothing of those kind. So, by
Mm-mm.
accident lang, nasabi ng daughter ko, ma'am, matagal ka na hindi nagpa-check up, pa-check up ka. So, nung nagpa-check up, sabi ng OB ko, you have to have a mamo 2 years na. So, nung pagkaganon, nagpamamo ako, nagpasono ako, wala, hindi ko man pinanggap yung result because I know I was cystic. So alam ko may lalabas at may lalabas yan. But then after
Oo.
a week, my OB was the one who called me up na sabi, you have to see me in the clinic kasi they saw something. So, yun, wala akong naramdaman and anything, but only by God's grace, siguro na-discover siya. So, it
Yeah.
was detected at an early stage na agapan rin siya. Yun.
Oo. Bakit hindi mo siya na-feel? Hindi mo
Wala,
siya na-feel?
wala akong na-feel, walang symptoms, wala, nothing of that sort. Talagang by accident lang talaga
Oo.
siya na
Oo.
nakita
Kaya
sa
alam mo,
mama.
it's God eh, no? Pinaano ng
Yes.
God, pinaalam sa'yo na meron. Okay. Binky, ikaw, where did you feel the love? Tapos gaano siya kalaki? Saka anong symptoms did you experience?
Then, natatawa ako kasi feeling ko it was God din na parang, sige, palakihin natin yan. Tigas ng ulo mo. No, I felt that there was a lump like last year pa. So, when I felt it, feeling ko parang it's nothing and I mean, nisip ko kasi siguro I'm not as healthy as others but hindi naman ako grabe na unhealthy. So nisip ko wala lang yun. And plus everybody was I mean a lot of my loved ones were sick at the time like mom, yung ganyan, yung my dog and the one who's taking care of mom. So hinayaan ko yun. And then fast forward to this year, I worked for a while in this company. And I think medyo super na-stress ako doon. From day one pa lang, kasi nga hindi tayo nag-submit, di ba? Sabi ng asawa ko, huwag ka na mag-work. Gusto ko yung work kasi maybe I miss working again like before sa hotel industry. So, pinilit ko. But I really, sabi na talaga ni Brian, don't work na kasi it's a stressful environment. Pero, tinuloy ko. So, for 2 months, medyo na-stress ako. And I think that's where the tumor grew bigger. And, nandyan si Dokta, I will never forget her face when we saw each other. Ganyan siya, ikaw talaga. Pinala ko pa yung So, yun, this year, recently, dun ko nakita na-touch ko na yung, sabi ko, hindi ko na to matatago kay Brian. I have to tell him. Yes, I didn't tell him last year when I felt there was a small lump. So, yun.
Wow!
Yun.
Wow, grabe. So, ang lesson dyan, submit. Importante talaga.
Chiki, may
Yes,
sasabihin
Doc.
naman ako, ang common sa inyong tatlo is a
Oo.
breast lump. Pero alam niyo mga kaibigan kasi ang breast lump ng cancer, they usually present as painless. That's why you missed it, no? And at the same
Mm,
time, pag maliliit yung nodules, katulad nung kay Ivy, hindi mo yan makakapa eh. And
oo.
remember that the most common location of breast cancer is in the upper outer quadrant, no?
Ah,
75% of the breast cancer will be in that location, no? So kumo hindi natin walang symptoms yan eh. You'll have to look for other symptoms that will tell us na oh,
oo.
ano to, warning signal na to. Baka hindi maganda ang lamp na to. Okay, I have written down some of the other symptoms that
Sige.
maybe can help everyone, no? So in most cases, no, of breast cancer, the following symptoms should alert everyone. Mga warning signals po ito. So it can present as a palpable mass in the breast or even in the axilla. Kasi ang breast, hindi bilog. Meron siyang extension sa axilla. Or it can
Mm,
present as an ulcer of the skin. There is already a skin or nipple inversion, no? And then pwede rin may skin discoloration. And then eczema-like changes can also be seen around the areola. The skin can also present as thickened and
mm,
sometimes see nipple discharges. May dugong lumalabas doon sa nipple, no?
mm.
So, if your symptoms are pretty much with this one, please magpakita na tayo. Huwag nyo nang alagaan ang bukol natin, ha?
Yes,
Okay, so
correct.
there.
So, question lang, para lang sa ating audience, no? When you say palpable mass in the axilla, yan yung sa may armpit, tama?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Tapos pag sinabi mong skin discoloration, ano yun? Parang nag-iiba lang
Parang
yung
ano,
kulay niya
pink.
from
Pinkish,
pink.
parang orange, something na ibang-iba siya compared dun sa surrounding skin ng breast.
Okay. Tapos pag sinabi mong eczema-like changes on or around areola, anong makikita namin doon when you say eczema?
Um, you will see superficial lesions, no? Yung mga sugat-sugat, no?
Okay.
Nagbabalat-balat, no? Yon.
Oo. Ah, okay. So at least now
Uchi,
talagang mas
pag
clear na
merong
sa
ano,
atin. Yes.
pag merong palpable mass, no? So, wag nating balewalain ito, especially if you are already in the age group ng mga 40s, 50s, no?
Yeah.
Okay, yung mga yung mga rare diyan yung mga teenagers to develop breast cancer. This has remained to
Mm-mm.
be an illness of those who are in their 40s and their 50s. Nag-aaberya na kasi yung kanilang ovaries and they tend to
Mm-mm.
produce more estrogen, no? So pag may
Mm,
lumps sa breast, you have to do examinations, no? And the most definitive diagnosis is when you do a biopsy. Pupusta ako sa inyong tatlo, walang nakatakas sa biopsy. 'Di
oo
ba?
nga.
Okay.
Yes.
Ivy and Chicken, Binky did biopsy, right? Okay, so
Yes.
along with this are some of the tests that help us. Okay. So
Mm-mm.
maybe we should see the slides where I placed test. Okay, so yung
Important
biopsy,
yung biopsy eh.
oo, yan,
Ayan.
tutulong yan, no? Yan. If you look at the number 4, sabi niya, removing a sample of breast, no, by doing a biopsy. Ayan. Yung needle, tinutusok doon sa bukol, kumukuha sila ng sample. Okay. And we get the definitive diagnosis by way of a core needle biopsy. Alright, so
Mm-mm.
ano pa yung ibang test na makakatulong? Mammography and breast ultrasound can also detect malignancy. Iba yung nakikita sa mammography, iba rin yung nakikita sa breast ultrasound. You have to remember that these tumors are solid, no? Yung cyst, baliwala yun kasi yung laman nun ay tubig lang. They are not malignant and they have no chance to transform into a malignancy. Okay. So, but there are those patients who have dense breast. Ito yung mga malalaking breast hindi na nakikita ng mammography at breast ultrasound yung mga underlying lesions. So, nire-recommend namin yung MRI. Of the three diagnostics, the MRI is the most accurate, no? By 90%, far from mammography. Because mammography has a lot of pitfalls. It's somewhere 75%. At yung pinakamababa, yung breast ultrasound, no? But we cannot make mammography, MRI as a screening test because it's very expensive. It was not approved as a screening test. So mammography is supposed to be our approved screening test. Chicks, isisingit ko lang, but much more than these procedures kasi may presyo to eh, may mahal tong mga to. Kayo mismo, kaya ninyong ma-detect yan. How? Self-breast examination. O, turuan ko kayo Okay, can we show the slides that tells us how to do a self-breast examination? Yan.
Yan.
Yung best time to do breast exam is after your menstruation. Wag before kasi masakit yan. Pangalawa, lumpy ang breast just before the menstruation. You have to do this 7 to 10 days after your menstruation. By the time the breast is no longer lumpy. Okay? And then the best sinasabi nila is when you're lying down para makapa natin lahat. Since the breast is circular, the best way to do is do a circular motion so you don't miss any lumps. And after the circular motion, you do radial motion as well. Okay, when you do this, you won't miss anything. Please do not miss out your axilla because the breast has an extension in the axilla. And press your nipple to know if there are discharges or not. O, ayan. Yung iba naman, pag naliligo, okay din yon kasi you can easily glide your hands through not only the
Yeah.
breast but the axilla. O, ayan.
Oo.
Do not forget.
Oo. Actually, ito dapat hindi tayo mahiya no, when we do self-check. Kasi I think a lot of women, parang nahihiya sila sa sarili nila, ayaw nila mag-self-check, but it's very important. Ako, I do it in the shower kasi parang mas madulas nga. Tapos supple yung skin. Pero Doc, ang tanong ko, paano naman kaming mga batang-bata na wala ng mens? Di ba magda-breast check ka din? So, paano yan? Paano kaming mga batang-bata? Paano yun? Okay pa din. We still need to do that, no? Kasi pag bata, di ba,
Yes.
after, paano kaming, wala ng
Mas
mens?
madali yan. So, ibig sabihin nung wala nang timing yan. Ibang breast exam at any time, okay yon.
Okay, got it. Huwag matakot mag-self-check. Okay. Doc, how would women know if yung lump na na-feel nila cancerous or not? Ano ba yung warning signs na dapat hindi ma-miss or balewalay? Kasi sabi mo kanina, di ba, walang pain. But there are other
Yes.
people who say, hindi, may pain, masakit ang cancer. So, ano ba talaga? Yan.
So, we presented initially, yung mga testings that we can do
Oo.
like mammogram, like ultrasound. Kung masyadong dense ang breast, then you can do an MRI. But like what I told you earlier, that the definite diagnosis will come from a biopsy. So, the core biopsy is a big help because whatever tissue that they get, they see it under the microscope, they will be able to confirm if the tissue is cancerous or not. So, definitive diagnosis, kaya nga sabi ko, hindi kayo lulusot na 3. Kailangan talaga may biopsy.
Correct.
That's the first
Doc,
thing that we do. Oo.
No question kasi yung iba sabi nila, "O gumagalaw ba? O 'pag gumagalaw benign 'yan. O hindi ba 'yan gumagalaw? O naku cancerous 'yan."
Yung
Ano ba
pina
talaga?
yung pinaka-common na benign na nakikita natin are the cyst. Ang laman ng cyst ay tubig lang. Walang
Oo.
buhay ang tubig, no? Ang breast cancer kasi is always solid, no? Always solid. That's why we have to resort to a biopsy. So if you poke a
Hmm,
needle on a cyst, ang lalabas tubig. But if you poke a
oo.
needle on the tissue, makakakuha ka talaga ng tissue. And this is what we examine in the microscope. Yan.
Okay. Kayo ba, Ivy, Binks, nag-biopsy rin ba kayo? Nag-core needle biopsy? O sige, let's start naman with Binky. Ikaw, nag-ano ka? Core needle?
Yeah, super takot ako talaga. I mean, ako. Alam mo, for ano lang, hindi to trivia. For the record, alam mo, siguro one of the reasons why it took me so long para to have my lump check kasi I'm so scared of going to the doctor, the hospital. I don't drink kahit nga vitamins, hindi masyado, like supplements.
Wow.
Yun, hindi ako maganon. So feeling kaya when I learned na meron akong, na I have to have it checked, ako yung biopsy parang himatayin na.
Talaga? So, ano ginawa mo? Kasi mukhang hindi ka naman nahimatay. Ano
Yun
ginawa
na
mo?
nga.
Nag-pray ka?
Alam mo, kahit doon, I can really see God's hand, even up to this point. Nung time na magbabiopsy ako, imagine, talagang parang super kaba ko talaga. Tapos nung day na I was in the hospital na, tapos di ba, i-check ka, yung BP, ganyan. Yung BP ko, sabi nung nurse, ma'am, sinabi niya, I forgot na. Tapos sabi ko, oh, ano ba yan? Sabi niya, ma'am, medyo mababa BP. Sabi ko, ano ibig sabihin? Sabi niya, relax na relax. Ha? Relax na relax? Kabang ako eh. Ano mo na relax? Ayun. So, ayun.
Galing
Dinatuloy.
ah.
Chiki,
Galing.
bibisa ko yan si Binky. Kasi
Oh.
tinutusukan lang siya dito for her treatment. Malamig na malamig yung kamay niyan.
Okay ah,
Hindi.
encouraging.
Sige, no, I have to share this. Yung first chemo ko, parang nagde-daze na ako. Just thinking about that day. So on the day, ito, naka-ready na, di ba ganyan? Naka-ready na lahat. Nandun na. Tapos wala pa si Dokcha. Tapos dumating si Dokcha. Sabi niya, bakit di pa nag-umpisa? Bakit ba di pa? Kasi nandun na yung medicine, ganyan. Tapos sabi niya, kasi nagpapahanap pa siya ng sharpshooter at saka gusto niya ng emla. Kasi para hindi niya maramdaman. Alam mo, sabi ni Dokcha, emla? Hindi. Aka na kami niyan. Wala nang emla. Kaya niyan. Ito, I have to tell you, talaga, even in the smallest of things, I can really see God. Wala ako naramdaman nung pag ganon. Wala. Grabe.
Nice.
Talaga.
Praise God.
So, gustuhan. Sorry.
Kaya nga talagang personal lang God eh. Goes with you especially sa scariest moments mo, no? Ikaw, Ivy, nagpa-core needle ka ba? Biopsy?
Yes, I had my core needle biopsy para to get a specimen, para malaman ko malignant siya. And then, ang nakakatawa pa, nung after na sinabi ng doctor na positive, you have cancer, kulang pa daw yung specimen. So, I had to undergo a second time. Imagine yung pain at saka yung na cancer na nga, na positive na, tapos kulang pa yung specimen. So, ayun, I had core needle biopsy 2 times in a day.
In a day? Buti hindi ka nagalit. Hindi ka nagalit?
Hindi na. Kasi alam mo, yung pagbalik ko na sinabi ng doctor na may cancer ako, alam niyo yung sa cartoons na parang wong, wala ka nang naririnig na iba na sinasabi ng doctor. Parang blanco na yung mind mo and everything. Yan ang sinabi niya na Pero IV, kulang pa yung specimen na nakuha natin. We need to do another core needle biopsy. Parang hindi na magtugma yung mind ko, yung
Yeah,
katawan ko, yung mararamdaman ko. Parang, parang zombie na ako na, sige, go ahead,
Yes.
whatever you want to do
oo,
with me.
correct.
Ganon, yun
Yeah.
yung naramdaman ko.
Chiki,
Wow.
gusto
Yes,
ko
Doc.
naman mag-speculate bakit na dalawang biopsy si Ivy. I
Sige,
guess
Doc.
lang kasi you're dealing with a small mass.
Yes.
No? So, baka
Mm,
masyadong maliit yung mass, tapos yung nakuhang tissue, kokonti lang. Remember, we have to get a sufficient tissue because there are still other tests that we have to do. So, if you
oh,
remember your breast panel, which has an
Yes.
ER, PR, and
correct.
HER2. Kaya may
Oo.
HER2 si Ivy na nakuha, kaya siya nag-Herceptin. Kasi additional test yon na nangangailangan ng enough specimen. Kayo
Ah,
ni Binky, hindi kayo na problema kasi yung
oo.
tumor ninyo is not
Malaki din.
just 1 centimeter. You
Oo,
have
right.
enough. Oo. So,
Oo.
yon.
Grabe. Ako nung nag-core needle ako, kinabahan ako when they were wheeling me to where that was, yung kukunin. Kaya recite lang ako ng recite ng verse na binigay sa akin ng God. I held on to it. Tapos, that's it. Pray ako ng pray. Yun. That really helped. So, Doc, ito, interested ako dito. Paano ba madedetermine yung stage ng cancer? Di ba may
Okay.
1, 2, ayan.
Oo. Kasi pagkatapos na na-diagnose, sabi dito sa core needle biopsy, positive for cancer. The next thing
Mm-mm.
that you have to do is to stage the disease, no? Pero yung
Mm-mm.
final staging will come out after your surgery. So we do workups, no? All right. So I
Mm-mm.
think I have some slides to show you the workups that we do. Okay, so here, staging of breast cancer has three important factors: the tumor size, which is the letter T, the lymph node status, with how many lymph nodes turn positive, and letter
Mm-mm.
M stands for the spread. Okay. So yung letter T at letter N, nakukuha yan after the surgery, where you will have the correct measurement of the tumor as well as the number of lymph nodes that turn positive. This is after surgery. The letter
Mm-mm.
M naman, pwede kang mag-work up kaagad because you want to know if the cancer has spread to other organs. Okay. May I see the next slide? Okay. So kasi breast cancer, yan, has yung mga metastasis na nakikita natin is commonly seen in the lungs, in the
Mm-mm.
liver, as well as in the bones. So you will need some test, no? Like the next slide will show you na pwede kang mag-CT scan ng lungs. Next slide, please. Okay. Ayan, pwede kang mag-CT scan ng lungs, pwede kang mag-CT scan ng abdomen, pwede kang mag-request ng bone scan, no? Na ngayon, marami ng test na available, and kung gusto mong makita lahat-lahat 'yan, you can do a PET CT scan, no? Isang test lang 'yan, but it can scan everything from brain to the bones. But let me tell you that this will just tell us if there are spread to other organs, no? We are not able to see the tumor size, we are not able to see the lymph node because makikita lang natin yan pagka naoperahan na. So dito pa lang makikita natin, is this a stage 4 disease? May kalat na ba? When you do all these tests, no? Okay, because
Mm-mm.
my treatment is dependent on the stage. So pag
Mm-mm.
nakita natin sa PET scan, isa dito nag-positive, may kalat tayo sa lungs, may kalat sa liver o sa bones, then you are not anymore to undergo surgery. Okay. So hindi ka na qualified mag-surgery. Hahabulin mo na muna yung kalat. Okay. There.
Oh, okay. Wow, okay. Alam mo, nung nakita ko yung word na PET CT, parang bigla ako nag-palpitate. Monitoring month ko na eh. Okay. So teka, matanong nga, Binky, Ivy, how did you and your family take the news about your cancer diagnosis? Di ba syempre nung sinabi ng doctor, it's malignant. Paano niyo na-take? Kanina sabi ni Ivy parang wang wang wang, parang may gumaganon sa kanya, no? Parang confused. So, can you describe it further? Let's start with Ivy. How did you take it? Tapos, how did your family take the news?
Yeah, so ako nung the afternoon second biopsy ko, di pauwi na kami ng husband ko. Sabi ng husband
Mm.
ko, kasi I didn't cry that night kasi I wanted to be strong. Kasi I didn't want him to worry. Sabi niya, lahat ng test mo, pag nag-blood test ka, lahat perfect. Kasi siya yung laging may cholesterol, may high yung sugar niya, yung mga ganon. Siya yung laging may problema. Sa akin, laging perfect ang blood test ko. Sabi niya sa akin, bakit naman cancer ang kinuha mo? So sabi ko, ewan ko ba kay God? Sabi ko ganon. So we just made a joke out of it. Tapos upon reaching home, sabi ko na lang sa husband ko, akit na ako kasi wala na yung effect ng anesthesia, medyo masakit na. And then when I reached the room, talagang I cried out to God. Parang sabi ko, God, bakit cancer? Kasi not in my wildest dream na
Yeah.
imagine ko na magkaka-cancer ako. Parang hindi ko ma-take, parang hindi mag-sink in sa akin. Hindi siya magtugma sa nararamdaman ko. And then hanggang nakatulog ako sa kakaiyak. And then I was excited the following day to read my Bible kasi sabi ko, God, please speak to me. What are your plans? What do you want me to do? And then I was thinking, paano ko kakausapin ni God? And nasa book of Exodus ako. Book
Oh,
of Exodus is about yung escapo lang ng mga Israelites from Egypt, di ba? But God spoke to me loud and clear in chapter 9, verse 16. But for this reason, I will let you leave, so that you will see my hand and power at work in your life, and my name
wow.
will be known throughout the earth. Tumataas yung balihin ko pag
Amen.
naalala ko. So it gave me the strength and courage na sabi ko, Lord, alam ko, may reason ka for this and you will be with me. Ikaw magbibigay sa akin ng strength and courage to go through all the treatments and everything. So, yun. So, siguro, kaya I'm still here after
Yeah.
10 years to
Oo.
do God's purpose and work in my life.
Yes. Tsaka pinapag-pray ka namin na ano, huwag ka muna kunin ng God.
Thank
Kailangan
you
ka
for
namin
your
ng God.
prayers.
Okay. Eh, ikaw, Binky, what was your initial reaction? Were you in shock? Hindi ka ba makasalita? And then, how did you tell your family? And then, how did they react?
Um, the one who ako, the one who got the result, si Brian. And he was the one who told me na it was cancer. Alam mo, when he told me, I can just give all the credit to God. When he told me, nagme-makeup pa ako noon kasi lalabas kami. Nagme-makeup. Tapos ang pagsabi niya, ganyan yung pagkasabi niya. Sabi niya, oh, I got the results na. Tapos sabi ko, oh, so yung itsura ko para, okay, hinihintay ko. And up to that point, I was still hoping that it's not cancer. Parang
Yeah.
parang hindi ko siya maiisip. Sabi ko I was so hopeful na hindi siya cancer. But then Brian said it's malignant stage 2B. And then sabi niya, ganun lang siya, malignant stage 2B. Tapos sabi niya, well, at least hindi 3 or 4. Gumanon siya. Tapos he left the room. When he left the room, sa condo, di ba may terrace kami. And that's where I do my quiet time. Kasi I would look at the heavens. And I don't know, I just feel comfort pag nakikita ko yung heavens and I see how great God is. And honestly, for some reason, I did not cry. Even up to this day. I cry when I see. Yes. I cry when minsan, first time na I cry when I saw Doc Cha. That was the first, and it wasn't because it was cancer. It was because I felt that how God connected me to Doc Cha was God's hands. And that was the first time I cried. The second time, I would cry because of my friends. When they see me, iyak sila. So that time, nung naiyak sila, sabi ko, buhay pa ako. Relax. Lang. Tapos tapos nun, that day, sabi ko, ang first lumabas sa bibig ko, Lord, sabi ko, cancer talaga, Lord. Talagang cancer. At hindi man lang stage 1. Tapos, and I feel God was telling me, yes, at hindi stage 1, because it will be too easy if it's stage 1. And sabi ko, well, Lord, you allowed this to happen. That was the exact words. You allowed it. Pwede namang hindi. I'm not, I don't claim to be a healthy eater, but I'm not a unhealthy eater na naman. And naisip, tas noon, yun nga, pinarealize sa akin ni God, Binky, you can heal from that cancer. I can part the Red Sea. I created the whole universe. So walang imposible sa akin. You can heal from that.
Yeah.
Pero, after, kunyari, you do another PET scan and you're cancer-free, wala na yung tumor, alisin ko. And then, pag alis ko, biglang, paglabas mo ng hospital, nasagasaan ka, pwede namatay ka din. And then when I realized, I think that is God's way of making me realize, Binky, I'm the one who tells you that it's time for you to go or not. So at this point in your life, you're still alive, you're alive and kicking, so you do what you need to do. You serve me.
Yeah.
And how did I tell
Amen.
my family? The second person I shared yung condition ko was my brother, si Marty. And I think, syempre, umiyak sila, and then my mom. But it helps kasi na when they look at me, parang wala daw akong sakit. Yun lang. Medyo wala lang yung hairdo. So, yun lang. So,
Oh, okay. Nice. Thank you. Grabe, strong. No, ako when the doctor told me na it's malignant. Tapos nakita after the operation na hindi siya stage 1 kasi initially stage 1. Malaki pala yung tumor. So I needed to go to a medical oncologist. Eh nung pumunta ako, nung refer, sabi ko, Lord, can you please give me the medical oncologist of Aggie, SAR2. Tapos pinapunta ako nung surgeon ko kay Doc Charity. Oh my gosh, sobrang haba nung pila. As in, ang
correct.
haba. Diba? So, syempre pagod ka na stressed ka. Tapos sabi ko sa God talaga, alam mo Lord talaga ha, pag itong doktor na to, pag nakita niya ako at sabi niya, oh no, sige, upo, ano nangyari? Pag matari siya sa akin, tatarayan ko siya. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. Gumanon ako sa God. Pagpasok ko sa room, ready na ako, no? Magtaray. Tapos pagpasok ko, sabi ni Doc Charity, hello, how are you? I'm so sorry I had to wait for such a long time. Tuloy yung taray ko, parang biglang, wala na. Okay, happy. Na-encourage ako bigla. So anyway, I just wanted to share that you need a really good doctor once you're diagnosed. It has to be a doctor na comfortable ka, hindi ka mamadaliin in the clinic and is willing to listen. Kasi when you trust your doctor, it will be an easier journey compared to yung doktor na sasabihin sa'yo, mamamatay ka na. Ay, naku, stage 4. Eh, wala ka ng pag-asa. Tanning mo 6 months. Mga ganyan. Naku, umalis na kayo doon. Sabi nga ni Doc diba, ang sinabi ni Doc sa atin, I am not God. And I will not tell you that you only have 6 months to live because only God can say that. So you need a doctor like that na
Siguro,
you'll be, yeah.
Chicks, I'll add lang since you said that. When it was confirmed that I have cancer, si Brian, my husband, and my brother-in-law, yung brother-in-law ka pala, ang initial talaga, bring her to Singapore. Get her the best doctor. Let's bring her to Singapore. Dun magpagamot, ganyan. And nag-usap kami ni Brian. And sabi niya, ikaw, gusto mong mag-Singapore? And tas nag-isip, tas hindi ako sumasagot. Tapos sabi niya, alam mo, we can. If you want to go to Singapore, doon tayo magpapagamot. Pero, sabi niya, number one, marami na talagang magagaling sa Philippines. And number
Yes.
two, which is more important, your support system is here.
Yes.
Your family, your friends, your church. And then, sabi niya, ang kaibahan nun, which I will support what Chiki said, and maybe an advice to yung mga who's going through the same, na yes, you really need to get a doctor you are comfortable with. Kasi I believe that medicine is not only the healing. The healing is
Yeah.
the person that God will use. Kasi sabi ni Brian sa akin, pwede ka sa Singapore. Pero Singapore, hindi mo makakausap yung mga doktor. Pag sabi sa'yo, okay, go to that.
Oo,
Yun na.
correct.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, so you need that doctor, no, na talagang makakampante ka, na alam mo will pray for you, na alam mo cares for you genuinely. Tanong ko lang, Doc, no, whenever you see a new patient and then you have to say it's malignant, how do you feel? How do you, parang, paano ka? Are you depressed? Is it hard to,
Siyempre
to
malungkot.
see?
Siyempre malungkot. Mga kaibigan, kanina pa ako pinagpapawisan sa dalawang ito, 'no, 'yan kay Binky Pero siyempre sa lahat ng patient na papasok sa klinik ko, hindi 'yan nakakalusot ng wala pa munang panalangin. Kasi hindi mo
Yeah,
sila kilala, eh. Pangalawa, hindi magandang balita yung sasabihin mo, eh. So kailangan
yeah,
ipagpe-pray mo, "Lord, nandito yung chart nitong patient na 'to. Please Lord, sana punuin mo ng courage at hope bago siya pumasok at gamitin mo naman 'tong dila ko Lord na unahin ko na, gamitin mo 'to na kung ano yung gusto mong mangyari sa patient at gusto mong marinig niya, yun muna yung lumabas sa bibig ko." So, hindi yan
mm,
nakakalusot kasi ang mga doktor instrumento lang yan. Naku, walang power magpagaling. Ang mga kamay ng doktor dito lang dumadaplis yung grasya ng Diyos para sa mga pasyente. Wala kaming power to heal. It will come from the Lord kasi instrumento lang kami. Kaya uunahin mo na ituro sila sa Panginoon. Yun yung healer nila. O, ayan.
yeah.
So, kaya si Chiki, na ready na akong tarayan.
Oo
Gaya
nga.
si Binky. Kahit malamig na yung mga kamay nila. Okay.
Grabe, teka, napansin ko lang si Ivy super tahimik. So, kausapin na naman natin si Ivy. Ivy, nung na-diagnose ka, stage 1 ka, di ba? Breast cancer 10 years ago. Anong treatment yung in-undergo mo? Tapos, what happened between 2013 and 2023?
Okay. 2013, so because like I said earlier, because aggressive siya, and kasi ano pa ako, different tests to know para kung high risk recurrence siya or not. So nung bumalik yung result na high risk recurrence ako, so I had to undergo chemo after radiation. Kaya nabaliktad siya eh. Kasi at first, sabi nila, because it's a small tumor, no need for chemo, just radiation. But then when after the oncotype DX test the results came, I have to have chemo for the high risk recurrence. And then so after yung mga lahat, after 1 year ng Herceptin, kasi it takes every 3 weeks yung Herceptin eh. So around a little less than a year. So after that, I had my monitoring test lagi. 2014, I was okay. 2015, I was okay. So I thought, okay na ako, graduate na ako sa cancer ko. Until 2016, sa MRI ko, they found a mass sa left lungs ko, upper right. So they have to remove that the whole upper left lobe kasi nasa gitna siya. So after that, I had to undergo treatments again. I had to undergo chemo. Chemo again, 12 sessions. May isang weekly, and then rest every 3 weeks, and then rest for around 4 months. And then after that, I think I was okay kasi nag-graduate pa ako. Nag-graduate pa ako sa chemo ko ng lungs. And then
Mm-mm.
monitoring, 2018, nag-mets na siya. Nag-mets siya doon sa pleural effusion, but it's malapit pa rin sa lungs. So they had to do a pleural disease para kasi may fluid doon sa ng lungs ko at saka yung wall. So they have to, I have to undergo surgery to do a pleural disease para uh, i-adhere yung lungs ko sa wall para to prevent na magkaroon ng fluid. At that time, yung case ko was malignant pleural effusion, and mostly those cases would only give me around 6 to 9 months, which I didn't know, which the doctors na sinabi lang sa family ko. Kaya nagulat ako na pag-uwi ko after the surgery, lahat sila kompleto sa bahay. Lahat ng gusto ko binibigay. So hindi ko, I didn't know na may ano na pala yun. And yun pala, I had to undergo chemo again and then with immunotherapy until disease progression. So it's been 5 years going 6. I have undergone 75. Next week, I'll have my chemo again with immuno. It's for the 75th time. And it's all by God's grace na nakayanan ko yung, I mean, the procedure and all the treatments because I'll be honest, it really takes a toll on my body. Yung chemo, mahirap talaga. But every time I remember God's goodness and faithfulness in my life, it what give me the strength and courage and keep me going on. Kasi yun lang ang, and I read God's word and I really cling to His promises. Kasi pag hindi, talagang ibigay na yung katawan ko. And God really knows how I feel. Pag yung when I feel like giving up, when I feel like quitting, andyan na naman siya sa, parang kinakausap ako ni God. Every time I read my Bible na, Ivy, don't give up. I am always with you. Like in Exodus 33 verse 14, He would tell me, do not fear, my presence will be with you and I will give you rest. So yun lang talaga ang pinanghahawakan ko, God's word, God's promises and everything. And sabi ko nga all na pinagdadaan, scan ko nga, magta-20 na. I have to undergo, kasi monitoring yan. So by February, I have to undergo PET scan again to see if, kasi meron pang, kaya I cannot stop treatment din. Meron pa siyang nodules na pag minsan nanghingi ako ng chemo holiday, lumalaki siya and nagla-light up. So they have to resume my chemo again, my immuno. So only by God's grace talaga ang life ko. It's a miracle from God that I have lived this long and God really answered my prayer na to see my children get married, to enjoy my grandsons. And God really has a purpose na for my sickness, which I learned that it had become a platform for me to share God's word and to encourage those people undergoing the same journey that I have, to give them a living hope, which we all have in Christ Jesus. Thank you.
Amen. So if you think na ang hirap-hirap na nito, you wanna give up, you think like wala nang pag-asa, si Ivy is a living miracle, a living example na you're wrong in your thinking because only God can say, 'di ba, time's up. And it's only God who can extend your life. I mean, di ba, Ivy, sa'yo, sinabihan yung family mo 5 to 6 months pa, yun na lang, 'di ba?
Yes.
So, kita mo naman si Ivy up to now. And when you see her in person, parang walang sakit. Ganon. Tapos ano siya, very model. Model ang dating, fashionista. Ayan. Talagang
It's
enjoying life.
Yes, it's only in the joy from the Lord talaga. It's what's kept
Yes.
me going.
Amen. Tsaka talagang alam mong God, 75 na chemo, 'di ba? Ang dinaanan mo.
And still
Ayun.
counting.
Grabe.
Yeah. Okay. So, Doc, ano yung treatments na available for breast cancer? Meron bang mga new ways to treat and manage, and how different are they from the treatments of the past? Alam ko kasi yung chemo in the past, di ba, suka ka ng suka. Kaya natakot ako nung magkaka-chemo na inisip ko, naku, kumbaga parang I'll be as good as dead. Ganun kasi yung chemo noon.
Magkaiba na, chicks. Iba na ang panahon ngayon. Okay, let me show you one of my slides that tells us the options for treatment. Okay.
Yan.
So surgery remains to be the main option for breast cancer, no? There are other types. Marami ng bagong surgery ngayon. And one of them is, Chiki, you underwent lumpectomy. Dati,
Yeah.
tanggal ang buong suso. Ngayon, ang style nila, kung maliit yung mass, magtira ka. Huwag mong tanggalin yung breast. Kasi pwede
Mm-mm.
naman yan limited type of surgery, which is lumpectomy, no? Pangalawa, yung dati ang daming kinukuhang lymph node sa kilikili. They should number to 12 or more, no? Ngayon, hindi
Right.
na. Sentinel node na ang tinatanggal. It's just a 2 or 3 lymph nodes that are said to
Mm-mm.
be the leader lymph nodes. If the leader lymph nodes are not infected by cancer, all the follower lymph nodes will be negative. So, this will protect the patient from developing lymphedema. The more lymph nodes you may kut-kut in your axilla, the higher the chance that you'll have big arms in the future. We call it lymphedema, no? Second is radiation. Okay, so radiation is not for everybody, but it is a must for those who underwent limited surgery such as lumpectomy. That's why
Mm-mm.
Chiki had radiation after the chemo.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So we usually do radiation after the chemotherapy because masusunog niya yung lagusan ng gamot, no? So if I do radiation ahead, wala na akong delivery ng drug doon sa tumor site kasi pati yung mga blood vessels masusunog kaya wala nang delivery ng chemo. So that's why radiation is to be given after the chemotherapy, no? So who are these
Mm-mm.
patients who undergo radiation? Well, number 1 si Chiki kasi lumpectomized. Number 2, yung may mga malalaking breast mass to start with. Hindi yan lulusot na hindi mag-radiation. Pangatlo, kung yung pinagtabasan, which we call the margins, are positive, hindi rin yan lulusot na hindi mag-radiation. Kasi pag hindi tayo nag-radiate, the chance for recurrence on the mastectomy site is high. And of course, those whose lymph nodes number to more than 3 and above. Yan. Okay, so what are the biological therapy or targeted treatment? Nabanggit na ito ni Ivy. She's receiving mga trastuzumab or what we call the Herceptin. So these are all the target treatments. And there are so many in the pipelines. Marami na sila ngayon. Kaya mas madali nang gumamot ngayon ng cancer ng breast kasi marami na tayong options. Next is the hormonal therapy. Ito yung ginagamit naming maintenance, no? They are like your tamoxifen or your aromatase inhibitors. Those are in the tablet form, no? And of course, we cannot do away with chemotherapy. And this is the one that's given through your IV. Ito yung maraming side effects, no? So, who are the patients that we give treatment? May I see the next slide? Yan. The treatment will depend on the type of breast, CA, the stage, the sensitivity to the hormones, the patient's age, the overall health status, and the patient's preference. O yan, chicks.
Wow. Alam mo, I just wanna thank God, no? Sa mga ngayon lang na diagnose na breast cancer, you should be very happy because ngayon kayo na-diagnose when science and technology is already advanced. Tapos meron ng mga medicines that you can take before you go through chemo to prepare your body. So, di ba, that's one thing to thank God for in your cancer journey, the discovery of new medicines. Do kanina, parang na-mention mo merong neoadjuvant, adjuvant. Pwede mo bang ma-explain yon? Ano ba yon?
Well, actually, chicks, when you say adjuvant, this is what you have.
Oo.
Adjuvant is given after surgery. The goal of an adjuvant treatment is to protect you from early recurrence and early spread.
Mm-mm.
Why? Because there are times after the surgery, may naiiwan pang mga microscopic disease that later
Oo.
on would be the cause for early recurrence and spread. So kaya, parang finishing touches. Okay, when you say neoadjuvant, this is what Binky is having. Because the mass is very big and surgery will not be very, very effective, no? May maiiwan at maiiwan yan pag inopera si Binky. We would like to downsize the disease and at the same time, improve the stage. So we call it
Mm-mm.
neoadjuvant. Neo, so
Mm.
it's before the surgery. Lastly, the
Ah,
chemotherapy can be given in metastatic setting, meaning those who are stage 4, no? Look at IV. Okay, so those diseases that are no longer confined in the breast and they are located in other organs, kailangan niyan ng chemotherapy or systemic treatment na tatamaan niya. Hindi lang yung primary tumor, pati yung mga areas ng spread. Yan.
okay. How about, Doc, yung mga alternative medicines? Ayan, yung integrative medicines. Kasi ang dami na yan ngayon, di ba? What's your take on that?
Nako, kasi unang-una yung practice ko is limited to what I do, no. I
Hmm.
don't have any information or training on alternative medicine. But it looks very
Mm-mm.
attractive for patient kasi ano yan mababa ang mga toxicities kasi usually mga gulay-gulay, mga ganyan, no? Mababa ang toxicities at saka walang overdose. It looks attractive. Since wala siyang side effects, mas madaling i-prefer yan ng patient. Which is unlike what I do, chemo has complications and it has overdose as well. No? Alternatives do not have that. No? Kaya lang, walang proof ng therapeutic claim. No? So, wala silang data. Wala silang mga researches. And all we hear are anecdotal reports from patients na, oh, gumaling kami, ganito. No? So, it's not what I will call enough scientific basis for me to go into that, no? So some of my patients na are into that, na magkikimo at magtitreat, dinidiscourage ko kasi hindi ko alam kung ano yung mga magiging reactions na pag kinombine mo yung mga treatment na yan. Kawawa naman yung patient kasi siya yung tatanggap ng mga complications. So
Oo.
it's very hard to mix your treatment. So I always tell my patients, when you are having your treatment, please do not combine it with anything that I don't know. Because I will not be able to tell the complications. No?
Oo. Kailangan talaga tell the doctor
What
everything,
you're
no?
taking, no?
Walang isisekreto. Speaking of sekreto, Binky, secret ba? Kasi laki daw nung tumor mo. How big was your tumor? Tayo-tayo lang naman nandito. Was it like, yeah. I think you're on mute. Naka-mute ka. Ayan.
Okay.
Yan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, ganun ba? Si Doc, alam mo, hindi ko mini-measure, basta alam ko lang malaki kasi parang mas malaki na siya sa boobs ko eh.
Oh, parang yung
Yun.
nangyari kay ano, Agi, 'di ba? Yung kay Agi, I think it was 10 cm, gano'n, malaki
No,
Ano
rin.
yung yung kay Agi Chicks, may metastasis kami sa buto eh. Spine yung
Ah,
kay Agi eh. So
yeah.
that's why we have to resort immediately to a systemic treatment. And just like Ivy, Agi has a positive HER2 eh. So that's why we praise and thank the Lord, no? Sa mga patients, hindi lang si God healer, hindi lang siya nagpo-protect ng ating mga complications and to make our body fit to undergo treatment. God is our source of provision. Kasi pag dumating na yung punto na ang dami-dami ng pinuntahan ang cancer, yung gamutan hindi maikli. Mahabang
Yes.
gamutan. That's why Ivy is saying she's on her 70. Ivy,
wow.
teka
6
lang.
na, no? Is
76
75.
na. And
ah, 7.
non-stop treatment. Alam natin na ang mga chemo drugs at saka ibang mga drugs for the cancer have complications and it will not only choose the cancer, it can also
Mm,
destroy your normal cells. But look how
right.
the Lord protected Ivy, have protected Binky and Chicky. And even now, kasi Chicks is on treatment, di ba Chicks? Hormonal therapy. And Ivy is still undergoing chemo. So you see, wala sa itsura ninyong tatlo ang nagpapagamot. And all because of the grace of God. Not because
Praise
of me, but the grace of God. No?
Amen.
Chicks, ano,
Yeah,
i-add lang siguro kanina, 'di ba you asked Doc siya about yung mga natural
yeah.
remedies or ganyan. Siguro alam nyo ba na I'm one who like kaya nga 'di ba I said I don't like going to the doctor, I don't like going to the hospital, I have negative on drinking. And so when I was
Uh-uh.
diagnosed with cancer, unang-unang papasok sa isip ko, oh no, I'm going to do chemo, I'm going to do all this, drink all these drugs. And ayoko yun. Kasi I remember growing up and kahit up to before I was diagnosed, pag may masakit lang sa tiyan, ano lang yan, may hangin lang or natural na
Uh-uh.
lang. I have nothing, tama lahat yun. Kaso yes, I will tell, I will encourage yung those na who's going through the same na, one of the things that God is teaching me is humility. He really humbled me in that area. Kasi para sa akin, ayoko nga ng ganun, di ba? And parang feeling ko God was telling me, Binky, you're forgetting that even the meds and the doctors and even the chemo, I can use that.
Yes.
That I am
Yeah.
over all these things. I control them. So I can use the medicines that your doctors will give you to make you well. Alam mo, minsan nga
Yeah.
na-imagine ko pa, he can even yung use the chemo na diretso lang dun sa cancer. Diba? And it will not kill my other cancer cells. So yun. Ang dami
Yeah.
tinuturo sa akin ni God. Proud mo, ha? O, sige, turuan kita ngayon. Ay, gusto mo yan, diba?
In connection with what you said, kaya nga after nung chemo ko, nag-ball skirt talaga ako eh. Tapos nag-gown, parang gown, kasi talagang sineselebrate ko na the Lord created people who can come up with chemo meds, di ba?
Yes.
Who came up with a radiation machine. Parang talagang the Lord created them to help extend the life of people like us na going through or went through cancer. So, be open to that then. Yun,
Kasi
I just thought of it.
diba chicks, kasi nga, there are others na who would Google. I remember, Doc Chow was telling me, nako, Google. Ano na,
Correct.
totoo yun. Stop Google. Alisin nyo na yan. Once you're diagnosed, tigilan nyo na yan. And totoo, ang dami kong friends. Brian was the first, the one who told me, Binky, pag nalaman ng maraming tao that you have cancer, ang dami nilang advice sa'yo. So,
Oo.
and you just need to pray and ask God for wisdom kung sinong papakinggan mo. And totoo yun. Ang dami nagsasabi na chemo is bad, it's ganyan. But the reality is, even if they, kunyari lang, they created something to be bad, God can override that, diba?
Right.
So, para sa akin, He's sovereign. He's really in control.
Yes. Correct. Okay, so before I go lang no to the next question, heads up to our viewers because we'll have our Q&A portion in just a while. Kaya i-type niyo po ang inyong mga questions sa comment box. Huwag masyadong mahaba ko para ano natin, malagay natin sa screen. Tapos don't be shy na magtanong. Tsaka libre na yung tanong niyo, dito si Doc.
Oo nga.
Libreng consultation. So, tanong niyo na yung mga gusto niyong itanong. Okay, so back to my question. Ito, being women of faith, kasi I'm sure you will agree na during your cancer journey, even you, Doc, no, seeing your cancer patients, na you became deeper in your relationship with the Lord, di ba? Ang dami niyong na-discover na, oh, wow, ganito pala ang God. So, isa-isay natin. So, Ivy, ikaw first. How have you seen God's hand in your cancer journey? I mean, come on, 75 chemo
I know.
and you look fantastic, diba? Sige, tell us.
Yes. All by the grace of God yan. Talagang, yung throughout my cancer journey, I saw God's hand at work in my life. Lahat ng, yung how He's been, sabi ko nga kanina, through His word, and that siya yung nagbibigay ng strength and courage sa akin to undergo yung mga surgery. I mean, ilang surgery na yung pinagdaanan ko. Puro scars na nga yung katawan ko, puro hiwa na. So, at saka yung mga treatments, ganyan. So, it's only clinging to His promises and yung assurance niya na I be still, andito lang ako. I am in control. Do not fear. I will take care of you. And pag hindi mo kaya, ubuhatin kita. Akong bahala sa'yo. Just believe. Believe and know that I am here, always beside you. My presence will be with you. Kaya yun lang, lagi ang naaalala ko, yung goodness and faithfulness ni God. So, whatever is coming, yung whatever I have to undergo, okay lang, parang sige lang, Lord, alam ko, andyan ka, hindi mo ako papabayaan. And I know
Wow.
this is God's story. This is His story in my life, and how much I am broken in body, but in spirit, I am strong in spirit because I have God, and my life will be His masterpiece. Na He will make
Wow.
everything beautiful in His time. Something good will come out of it. He can make the
Yes.
bad or the evil make it good because we have a God of the impossible. Thank you.
Amen. Alam mo, ang ganda nung sinabi mo, no? Pero, let me just ask you this. Do you still get scared? May times ba na natatakot ka, kinakabahan ka? And what do you do
Yes,
pag may ganon?
yes, I do really get scared, especially kagaya ngayon, next week, chemo ko na naman. Kasi na-anticipate ko yung side effect ng chemo. Alam ko na yung mararamdaman ko and I will be down na naman. Ano ko naman, best friend ko na naman yung kama ko. So, but those times are my special times with God because we have a one talk with Him na talagang it's it really builds my spirit up. So I am scared, but
Mm.
with God, ano lang, talagang kapit lang talaga kay God. Yun.
Yeah. Parang ano, no? Go with the journey. Don't reject it. Don't be angry with it. Just go with it, no? Kasi panado na naman yun ng God, eh.
Yes,
Chiki,
at
Right?
saka gusto
ikaw
ko,
din eh. Tuwing may scan ka, may scan anxiety ka eh. O di ba may
Oo nga.
takot ka din?
but
Yes.
I just want to share, chicks, that you know what I do kasi di ba when you're drowning in when you're sad, when you're lonely, when you're depressed, I always
Mm.
remember the CPR. You know, you
Yan. Ano
call on
yan?
you call C stands for call on God. You cry out to Him. He understands us. He sees every tear that falls from our eyes, and then pray to Him. Pour out your heart to Him, and He will give you the peace. Puro piyan. He will give you the peace that transcends all understanding. And our remember and always be reminded of God's goodness and faithfulness in our lives and all the blessings and provisions that He had given us and carried us.
Nice. CPR, call, pray,
Yeah.
remember. Nice. Ikaw, Binky, how have you seen God naman so far? This year ka lang eh, no? So, batang-bata ka pa.
Yeah. Bunso. Bunso ako.
Oo.
Anak ko, um, grabe, I am talaga up to this point in time, I am amazed talaga how real God is. I think when you are diagnosed with cancer, no matter how they say it, and no matter like people are saying you're so ito pala. I love the I get this comment a lot. Binky, I like it. You're so positive. You're so So I get the chance to tell people, you know what? Yung positivity can only go up to one point. But I think
Yeah.
with cancer, parang hindi siya kaya if you're just thinking about positive things or positive ka lang. You have to have an anchor or you have to have kumbaga kung saan mo kinukuha yung strength mo. Dapat totoo siya. Dapat buhay siya. Dapat he should be yung reality na he's living, he's real. And like what Ivy said, you can call on him, you can talk to him, you can cry to him, and be honest with him. And alam mo, one of I remember this comment that somebody gave me, chicks, na siguro Binky, kaya hindi ka pa umiiyak and you never cried pa from before kasi parang okay lang na, parang hindi ka ganun ka-sad that if you go, kasi nga, maybe because you don't have kids. Tapos sabi ko, ha? Okay,
Kaloka.
so you're saying na parang pag wala kang anak, your capacity to love is hindi ganun kalaki, di ba? And you know
Yeah.
what I tell them? Once you're diagnosed with cancer, whether you have kids or you don't have kids, the thought of dying will creep into you and talaga siyang nakaka-depress. And totoo
Yes.
yon. I am amazed. Like just by hearing si Ivy and going through the number of chemos, talaga nakakapagod siya. And yes, nakakatakot siya. And yes, the fear will always be there. But we have a living God. And I think one of the things that this cancer has taught me, it's really pointing me back to Jesus and reminding me that my life, my future is in his hands. And no matter how uncertain tomorrow is, I don't need to know about my tomorrow because I know the one who holds my tomorrow. And I remember,
Yeah.
kaya nga, na-amaze ako kay God because I remember it was so different when I learned that my papa has cancer. It really broke my heart. Sa hospital pa lang, nandun na ako sa sahig. Umiiyak ako. So, I can only give credit to God that when I learned about this cancer, I did not cry. Not because I'm a strong woman. As a matter of fact, I'm a very scared person. I don't like going to the hospital, diba? Sinabi ko. More so going through all the treatment. So if you look at me na parang kayang-kaya ko, no. The more scared I am, the more I see God's hand in my life. And totoo yun with what Chicky and Ivy went through. No, we cannot get the credit talaga. There's
Yeah.
someone giving us the strength to continue on, someone holding us to be steadfast, to still feel the joy and the peace. It's really pointing me back. This cancer has made me more grateful and it has pointed me back to Jesus that in this life, no matter how hard life can be, it will be harder in different forms lang. But it's really knowing Jesus intimately and having a personal relationship with him and really experiencing his love. That's the only way for us to go through this very, very hard life with or without cancer.
So, well said. Parang ano nga,
Ikaw
eh, no?
naman,
You can
Chicks.
go
Ikaw
through
naman.
anything. Yes, po. Sige, ikaw first.
Ikaw naman. Kasi nabibless ako kay Ivy, kay Binky. Okay, let's hear Chiki.
Yes, si
Ako,
Chiki.
alam mo, I realized you can go through anything as long as you have God.
Yes.
Anything talaga, kayang-kaya, basta kasama mo ang God. Kinikilabutan ako. Ha? Okay. So, teka, at this point, we open the floor for the Q&A portion for sa ating valued audience. So, kayo ba ay may mga tanong? Let's hear it. Type it in your chat box or sa send it sa Facebook comment section below. All right. So do we have our first question? Ayan, from MCD Castillo. Good morning. Is preventative surgery done in the Philippines for BRCA1 and BRCA2 carriers? How is the test done and how much is the test? Doc, I think this is for you.
Hi, MC Castillo. Alam mo, yung BRCA1 and 2 is very important, especially in triple negative breast cancer. Kasi it can point to one option of treatment that's now available, what we call PARP inhibitors. No? The other function for BRCA1 and BRCA2 is to see yung family hereditary issues. No? And of course, number 3 is for the one who harbors the breast cancer para makita yung predisposition to other estrogen or hormonally dependent tumors like ovarian and like mga uterine malignancy. Is surgery something preventive? No. I will not subject my patient to surgery if he turns into a BRCA1 and BRCA2. And I don't think that's the reason, that's the purpose of securing this test. How much is this test? Well, I can only say because I work in St. Luke's, we have this test, no? But most of these tests are sent abroad, and because they're sent abroad, they really cost a lot, no? Many years back, I think it cost more than 200,000, the BRCA1 and BRCA2. Did you have a BRCA1 and 2 IV?
Nakamute ka yata.
That was way back
Ayan.
2014, I think 2015.
Am I right with my pricing? Baka sobra naman yung taas. Is that around that cost?
Way back 2014, it was 180,000.
About that. Expensive.
So more or less. Oo, more or less. Ganun na nga. Okay. So I hope that answered your question, MC. Do we have another question? This one from Teresita Arabe. Which breast cancer stage has the best prognosis and most likely to recur? Doc?
Tere, alam mo, yung pinakamaaga, yung pinaka may best chance for cure.
Yes.
So if you get a low risk stage 1, that's the best, no? Pero kasi yung kay Ivy nag-recur kasi high risk si Ivy eh. So kahit na stage 1 ka, pag may high risk factors ka, hindi gaanong napakaganda. You still entertain the possibility of recurrence, no? But for a low grade stage 1 disease yan, yung pinakamaganda. Okay, yung pinaka hindi maganda, yung mga may kalat na, yung mga stage 4 diseases. Kasi kaya ko sinabi hindi maganda dahil endless yung gamutan. Take a look at IV, no? So the only time that you will stop treatment if there's nothing more to treat. Pag totally gumaling. Ang hirap ng mga metastatic diseases. Kasi the more they are exposed to treatment, the more mutations there will be. Di ba? Parang mas mahirap gumamot ng metastatic na naggamutan na kesa naman yung virgin cases. Kasi alam mo yung mga treatments na yan can cause mutations. And the more treatments that you have, the more mutations there will be, the harder it is to treat the patient. Kaya sinasabi natin, parang walang endpoint. Yung endpoint na lang, yung talagang kung wala ka na gagamutin, no? Take for
Mm.
example, si Aggie Pero kasi alam mo, naka-incorporate sa purpose ng Panginoon yung bawat journey ng bawat isa sa atin, di ba? So, but
Yes.
because God has a purpose for Aggie, no matter how widespread the disease is, I told you it will be the hands of God and not the hands
Yes.
of your doctor and the medicines, no? Yeah.
Oo. Imagine mo yung kay Aggie, di ba, sa spine, you said, Doc?
Mm.
So, yun, nakakatakot yun.
Yes,
Alright.
kasi pag sa spine ang metastasis mo, yung nagla-line ng spinal cord mo is continuous with the brain. So ang
Right.
tendency for spine metastasis is to go up to the brain. So you have early brain metastasis. Okay, but you
Mm-mm.
see how the Lord have protected us from all these
Yes.
complications.
It really boils down to the Lord. Yun na lang. Okay. So ito, there has been a huge climb of sudden cancers and cancer recurrence. Does this news depress you? How do you stay positive? Sige, ito alam nyo, nung ako na-diagnose, ang sabi ko sa God, what? Di ba? Parang you have to wait 5 years before ka ma-declare na, medyo in remission ka na. Di for 5 years, worry ako ng worry. Tinuturo nga ng God, di huwag ka mag-worry. Hindi naman problema yun. It's a choice, right? Okay, so Ivy, how about you? Does this news depress you? How do you stay positive?
I stay positive sa talagang kapit lang kay God. Oo, kasi I mean, with or without cancer, wala ka naman magagawa. At least ang cancer, ang sinasabi ko nga, cancer gives us the time to prepare whatever you have
Oo.
unfinished business or ano. Kasi yung iba, wala nga silang cancer, but sometimes they don't wake up. So every gising is a blessing for us. Diba? Kasi God is so gracious to give us the time to prepare yung maayos pa natin yung life natin. Di ba, kung aksidente, bigla na lang nawala or na stroke or na heart attack. Di ba?
Oo.
So talaga in everything we have to be positive, and we are positive because we know we have a living God and a living hope. And it's not cancer. The big C is not cancer, which is in us. It's big C, big Christ who is in our lives that gets us going. Thank you.
Yeah. Ikaw, Binky, how do you stay positive?
Siguro on a practical things that you can do.
Yeah.
Kasi diba, when you have cancer, parang nawawalan ka na ng gana, mag-ayos, nawawalan ka na ng gana kumain. Kasi you don't, especially after chemo, you don't feel like eating. And then when you're okay to go out, kakain ka sa labas, you see others kung kumain, parang wala nang bukas, ganyan. Tapos ikaw, you're eating healthier food. So nawawalan ka ng gana. But I think one of the things that will help is when you wake up, you thank God you're still alive, diba? And you're still with your loved ones, you're breathing, you still have strength, and then you dress up, you fix yourself, talk to people. I notice lang na parang nagiging taboo yung cancer, diba? You don't like talking about it. Some pa nga, they hide it. Kasi parang may sakit ka. Alam mo, it will help you to talk to people about your cancer, and then you don't hide it. You meet your family, your friends, spend time with them. Kasi I think with or without cancer, it's good to make memories, diba? Because life is short naman talaga.
Yes, tama. At saka be happy na sa gising list tayo ng God.
Oh, God.
Gising tayo today. Diba? Okay, so this one is from Swiss Cheese. On the practical and financial side, how do you address or cope with the expenses? For Doctora, how much on the average is breast cancer treatment for the different stages? Nako, iba-iba. Sige, Doc.
Oo.
Iba-iba. You see, the reason why we do breast panel, we do all those tests, is for us to pick up the right combination of drugs. No?
Mm.
So, of these ladies that we have this morning, IV has the most expensive protocol because it turned out to be a HER2 positive, which is unlike Chiki and Binky. So the HER2 or the target treatments for HER2 positive is truly expensive. No? Yung pinakamahal na na-encounter kong drug is sa isang cycle, aabot ng kalahating milyon. Isang cycle lang yon. So ang isang cycle is 21 days. So kung ang sakit natin ay stage 4 and that's an endless thing, so every 21 days it means half a million pesos, no? So that's the most expensive that I have encountered. Of course, there will still be others kasi in combinations ang mga chemo eh. Hindi kami nagbibigay ng isang klaseng chemo lang. Kasi napag-aaralan ng cancer cells kaagad yun. Do resistance kaagad. So kailangan lituhin din namin. That's why we resort to combination of treatments. Yun namang pinakamurang mga treatments, eh umaabot lamang ng 1,000 mahigit, no? And these are your hormonal therapy. So yung mga tamoxifen, yan, mura-mura lang yan. Kasi it's in a tablet form and you just swallow every day one pill, no? But it will take 5 years on it. Some of my patients take 10 years on it. So makikita mo mahal talaga. Itong cancer is not a cheap disease, no? But then
Right.
again, ang sa akin lang, when God tells us He will provide, maniwala kayo. Do not doubt that. No? Because that is a promise of God. Hindi kayo mawawalan at the time you needed it most, it will come. No?
Right.
Ayun.
Yun yung ano eh, let's not worry no, about yung sa finances. I mean, it's good na you plan, pero when you come to the point na nag-worry ka, eh, wala na sa equation mo ang God. So if God brings you to a journey like this, He's going to provide for a journey like this. Okay, so thank you for all your Q&A, for your questions pala. We have to end our Q&A here kasi we're running out of time. So I'll just resume first sa ating interview. I have a question for Ivy and Binky. Sa cancer journey nyo, what did you learn about yourself, about the people close to you, and about God? Sige, let's start with Ivy.
Sa cancer journey ko, I've learned to be, it made me humble. Kasi kagaya ng kay Binky, siyempre at one point in our life, parang akala natin kayang-kaya natin lahat. But ang sickness pala, wala kang kalaban-laban. It is only God who could heal us. Sabi ko nga God can heal us, will heal us. Maybe not on earth, but in heaven, everything. We will have a perfect body. So that's what it changes our perspective to look on eternity and not on the present. Our present life, our body is only temporal. But what is important is where we are going. We know we are going there, and we are sure that we will be with God in heaven. And to also encourage other people who are undergoing also the same sickness as I am. Thank you.
Mm-mm. Wow, thank you. How about you, Binks?
Siguro I'll share kasi one of my favorite verses in the Bible is Psalms 27:13. I am confident of this, that I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. And in this journey, God is teaching me, continuously teaching me, that His goodness is not limited to just good health and having a comfortable life and being with my loved ones. No, His goodness is Himself. And siguro, sabi ko nga, Lord, ito yung favorite verse ko. And I feel that one of the good things that you gave me is having a husband and a family. But now, He's continuously introducing Himself to me, that parang He's reminding me na, Binky, in this life, I want you to just desire one thing, and that is me. To know me, to really have a deeper relationship and to love me more and more each day. And yun pala, He's teaching me that this verse is yung goodness niya talaga is himself and really having a relationship with him. Kaya yun, in this sickness, God is teaching me that, Binky, my goodness is not in being well or whatever, diba? It's for you to get well and have a long
Yeah.
life. Well, I hope, Lord, that you will extend my life. But whatever His will is, it is still good because I am living this life in knowing Him and having Him to live this life with, diba? So, yun. Yun ang pinaka-lesson
Thank
ko.
you. Thank you so much. Ako, ano ba yung lesson ko? Yun nga, yung
Okay.
lesson ko naman is you can do anything when God is with you. You can go through
Correct.
chemo, kahit na stage 4 yan, baliwala yan because God's with you. And besides, yung cells natin, they only answer to God anyway, di ba? So pag
Exactly.
sinabi ng God, stop mutating, aba magsa-stop yan. Di ba? Ganun lang yun. It's really, you can do anything with the Lord. Okay. So, Doc Charity, as we end our interview, ano ba mission ng God na linagay niya sa heart mo na you should pursue?
Well, first of all, I'm so blessed, no, being in this Life to the Max event today, and I am so blessed with the three ladies I am with, no. So I only have one message, especially for those who are actively treating. Remember that your worst times is your best time with God. One-on-one kayo ni God, no? Pangalawa, I'm always with an attitude of gratitude. I have so many things to thank the Lord for. And the biggest part of it was the gift of purpose for myself, no? Yung mga gifts ng Panginoon, ibabalik ko sa kanya, hindi lang sa pagse-serve ng cancer patients. Kung hindi, it's beyond the clinic and the hospital work, no? I see them even outside, no? Kahit yung hindi ko mga kakilalang cancer patients. That's why most of my activities with my support groups are geared to supporting the cancer patients. And most importantly, it has created a ministry and a forum for me to share God's word. Ayan, that's what I'm busy with, Chiki.
Yeah. And one of the ministries nga ni Doc Charity is the Anchor of Hope. We have Bible studies. That's 3 times a week. It's only via Zoom. Kaya pwede po kayong sumali. It's every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. Yeah. So you can search Anchor of Hope sa Facebook, Anchor of Hope and Strength. Tapos makikita nyo na ho kami doon. Okay, so that's 3 times a week. If you want to join, you want to learn more about the Lord, please come and join us. Walang ano ho to, walang graded recitation. Kaya okay mag-alala. Okay. So thank you so much to our wonderful guests, Doc Charity. Thank you so much. Binky Ocaya-Tan, and of course, Ivy Wee, for a very enriching discussion today. Diba, nako? Life Maxers, friends, let's give them a big hand for a job well done. Woo! Yeah. Okay, so thank you again. Thank you so much. And I hope and pray for Big and Ivy that you will experience the Lord more every day as you go through the journey. And we'll be praying for you, Ivy, for next week sa chemo mo. And then, Binky, I love your earrings. Kailangan sabihin.
Okay. Thank
So,
you,
don't,
Jay.
well, alright, so kaibigan, may pinagdadaanan ka ba? Cancer ba ka mo? Yes. Cancer is a dreaded, debilitating, life-threatening disease, pero kami yung living proof that we can handle or we can win the battle. Breast cancer o anumang cancer yan, we can knock it off through the power at work in us. For greater is He who is in us than the one who is in the world. He is the big C. And of course, we're talking about Christ in us, through whom we have the victory. Kung totoong pinapasok natin siya sa buhay natin, if we really surrendered our lives to the Lord and made Him our personal Lord and Savior. Okay, so Friends, sana nabigyan namin kayo ng mapanghahawakang pag-asa. Do you know anyone in your sphere of influence who's battling breast cancer or kahit anong cancer? If you care enough for them, please share with them the link for today's episode. And if you're not yet a follower or subscriber of our social media accounts, please hit the like, follow, or subscribe button of CCF Life to the Max and CCF Feliz on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Do join us again in our next and last podcast for this year. So don't miss that. That will be on Monday, November 27, 2023 at 10 o'clock in the morning, Philippine time. So please mark it in your calendars. But wait, hold on. Wait, why wait for next week when you can join us today? Be part of our discussion group if you need prayers and spiritual and emotional support. We are here for you. Details on your screen. Yan, ilalabas natin yan. There you go, the Zoom details. So, as always, our special shout out to the Eastern Police District, to our godly men and women in uniform, and to our regular Life Maxers. Please stand by for the discussion question guide and breakout room assignments together with the Zoom access links, which will be flashing again shortly. Now, if you're a first timer guest, you want to join the breakout group discussion, you're most welcome to enter room number 1. Ayan. Ayan ulit yung Zoom details natin. Okay, so lastly, if the Lord burdens you to serve as a volunteer in the Life to the Max ministry, we have need for backroom tech, creatives team, speaker care, or D-lead care assistant, social media management, and copywriter. Don't hesitate to drop us a message in our social media accounts. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Chicky Pablo signing off. God bless everyone, and may God's healing touch be upon us all. Bye, everybody.